Hey everybody, Wyoming James checking in. It is day 17, and we're out here in the garden. We're starting off our morning. What we've done today is we've changed up the feed. We ran out of that chick starter, and so we've gone with this. And this is a mix of some grains and some corn. So we're mixing it up. We're gonna start feeding this now. We feel like it's time that we can start packing on a little more weight to those birds. So we've changed up the food. In this chicken dozer we have in the garden here, we have one little guy. He's the smallest one of the bunch, and he's moving awful slow. Yesterday it was awful cool, but we thought that once he'd warm up, so we've got some sunshine today. We're hoping that he'll warm up today and get back to normal. We did put some electrolyte water in there late yesterday afternoon, hoping that would kind of snap him out of it. But we haven't seen any evidence of that yet. We get here this morning, he's still just kind of slow moving. So we're going to give these guys a little bit of breakfast. Give him some breakfast. There you go, buddy. Wait, were you videoing the whole time? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so we're out here on the pasture, and we've got Mandy and Grandma Dana doing the feeding right now. I just finished moving all 3 tractors, and what they're doing right now is Grandma Dana went around yesterday afternoon in the garden and picked a bunch of the overdone peas and green beans and chopped them up into little pieces so that we could feed those out here today. So they're feeding that new feed, and they're feeding the greens. So we're gonna check all the waters and button this up, and that'll end off day 17. All right, the end of day 17 here on the pasture. So one little point of concern for us is on the Google ride out here, Mandy determined that maybe we switched feed a little bit too soon. She thought she had read somewhere where after 2 weeks you change up the feed. Now she's finding that maybe it's 3 weeks before you change up that feed. So we may have dumped this cracked corn and wheat and barley. We may have dumped that on them just a little bit too soon. So what they're doing is, when we watch them in these tractors, is they're picking around the corn. They don't like those big chunks of cracked corn. They're picking the seed out of it, and so we've supplemented them with those greens. Hopefully that's enough. We're going to keep an eye on them. We'll probably end up coming back out here this afternoon, seeing if they need some more. Mandy's going to do some more research and see if we need to maybe mix this with some more of that chick starter that we had them on before. So to be continued. We don't know what's going to happen here, so we may have made a little bit of a misstep there. So we'll wait and see, but stick with us and find out. All right, so it's day 17, and it's actually the afternoon of day 17. As promised before, we came back out and checked on the feed on these birds. We switched that feed up today. I think they're going to be all right. We got back out here this afternoon, and they had eaten just about everything except the big chunks of cracked corn. So other than that, they picked it through. We gave them a little bit more this evening, and they seem to be eating it up. But we do have a special treat right here. We have 2 of our C.S.A. members out here with us. They wanted to come out and take a look at the farm. This is Miss Carrie Hawthorne on the left and Mr. Nick Hawthorne on the right. They are just dear friends of ours. Nick has been my friend since forever, and they're C.S.A. members. They've bought into this program with us, and they just wanted to come out and take a look at the operation. So Carrie has picked one out for the dinner table. And she's holding it. She's getting her happy time with the chick. She hasn't told it what the plans are for the rest of its life. But here's the thing. Carrie just mentioned this right before I turned the camera on. More than anything, what this is an opportunity for Nick and Carrie to know the source of the protein that they're getting. Just like the rest of us out here in the world, they're used to going into the supermarket and grabbing a package of chicken breasts or steak or whatever. And like she just told us, why don't you tell us in your words, Carrie? What?
It's good to see where your food comes from, and to come out here and see how happy these chicks are and how well fed and well taken care of they are.
Yeah, and
I don't think you get that when you buy something at the grocery store.
Agreed. I will challenge anybody out there. I'll challenge anybody out there to go to the grocery store, ring the little buzzer at the window at the meat counter, and say, hey, where did this chicken come from? I challenge you to do it, because they're not going to be able to tell you. Chances are, I don't even know if there's a meat counter in Casper that does that anymore. But back in the day, you used to be able to go and ring the bell and talk to a butcher, and I don't even think you can do that anymore. But good luck going to Walmart or Albertsons or Smith's and knowing where your protein came from. So, like I said, this is a great treat. So now, this is kind of twofold. One, we haven't seen Nick and Carrie for a while, and two, we wanted to get them out here and see the operation. They were a big part of helping us build these chicken tractors. They came over on I think it was a Saturday or Sunday, and started helping build 1 and 2. So it's nice to have them out here and have them see what they're doing. So Wyoming James, Carrie Hawthorne, Nick Hawthorne, Powder River Mandarin, and Miss Grandma Dana behind me. She didn't want to get in the picture. I don't know why, but anyway, we're all checking out from out here on the pasture at the Urban Micro Farm. Adios.